All right, guys. It's time in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Who's ready to do things?
That's the wrong show. That is the wrong show. It happens every time. All right. Let's do this one more time.
5.
I can't. It won't let me.
3.
Okay. False start.
2.
False start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wait, we're gotta wait another 10 minutes.
We're live.
Welcome.
First story.
That would be mind-blowing.
Trending stories are taking over.
TSTO. Why does he get a bell for that?
Next story.
Everybody get down.
According to the sounds, I'm not doing so hot today.
TSTO.
TSTO thing.
TSTOMG.
TSTO.
That's crazy.
Story time. What is happening, people of the interwebs? Welcome back from the very chill music and the false start. Oh, Jake's asleep. Jake fell asleep because the music was so soothing.
Yeah.
And then Jake, Jake, we're here. Jake, wake up, Jake. Jake.
I'm here.
Jake is here. We are here. Trending stories are taking over. We can't stop them, so might as well talk about them. Jake, why did you fall asleep? What happened?
My tummy's a rumbling.
Your tummy's you're like you looking for honey, like Pooh Bear?
No, opposite of that. I'm looking to get rid of it all.
Oh, you need to poo like a bear.
Yeah. Yeah, and what do they do during hibernation? Does it all just store in there?
I think it probably just like comes out.
I feel like
the
Steve
cave
knows.
is full. Steve, do you know?
I have no idea.
Dang it, Chris, do you know?
I think it stores itself into their nice fluff fat blanket. So that
That's
No?
disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting. But you know what? That's not one of our trending stories. That's just something that we ponder because things. You got the pre-show. We don't put it
rolling
on.
around.
We did last week because we had the in-studio audience. But the pre-shows, there's some stuff that gets talked about. We were
Yeah.
like, it was
What?
horror movies. It was.
Yeah.
I was concerned I was here for the wrong show.
Yeah.
The show started, it was the wrong show, and
You
that's
missed
probably why I
right.
put him out.
It's
You
like,
missed
what
Weird
camp are
Uncle
you in?
Corner.
Are you in the Freddy Krueger camp or the Jason Voorhees?
Yeah.
You know?
It's hard to pick.
Right.
It's hard to pick.
Right.
Why is it hard to pick?
We're not going to start this on the show right now. It's hard to pick because in my mind they're not a part of the same universe, right? Until that movie came out, Freddy
Yeah.
vs. Jason. That's what we were talking about all morning. Was Freddy
Which-
vs. Jason?
It's hard because you have an artist versus a blunt object.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
I mean,
sure.
you've
They're
got-
both horrible.
Yeah. Are
like,
you?
Yeah, but look, I mean, Freddy Krueger is very creative in the ways that he takes out.
Are you
these
saying
fours
he's like
and
a
co-eds.
he's like a Bob Ross of murder?
Right, right. Happy trees, happy trees.
Scary trees. Scary trees.
That, yeah, I don't agree with that.
No,
That's
Well,
artistic Freddy.
no, I don't think Freddy's artistic. If anybody's artistic, Jason's artistic. He
He
took the
just sits
mask
there and
off of Shelby. He's like,
folds
that's
someone
cute.
in half. That's it.
You guys, this
That's
is
funny.
that we're starting with.
That's funny.
Nona, how you doing? David and the OK Frasers who have left us this
They're just
morning.
okay.
It's sad.
They're just okay.
It's sad. I'll put some sad music on
Yeah.
because it's sad.
I didn't even realize it says sad.
It says sad right there. Yep.
Is it playing?
Is there
I
sad
don't
music
hear it.
playing?
Where is it? It's right here. Why can't we hear it? Oh, because I've got this turned down. They can hear it.
Oh, there you go.
We can't hear it. It's sad.
Yeah,
And they're in Barstow right now.
that's
That
even
is
more
sad.
sad.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
You know what else is really sad? Keep this music rolling. I'm gonna list off all the food I had last night.
Okay.
Okay, so I had Rigoberto's.
Oh man.
Hey, we had Rigoberto's last night.
What?
I had it earlier, like before you guys came over to my house.
Well, we had it after
So
it came over to your house. But so realistically, we both had Rigos
Birdos.
yesterday.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
great. So
good stuff.
I had Birdos, and what did I get?
Carne asada burrito.
Of course.
I mean, you have to. That's
Every
the
time.
thing you get.
Is it good?
It's delicious.
Wait, have
But-
you ever been to Rigoberto's?
Is that the place right off Imperial and the freeway?
No, it's Placentia and Yorba Boulevard. You've not. Wait, you've not been to Rigoberto's like this. Steve, have you
you're
been to
right.
Rigoberto's?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh
I've been to
my lord!
I've been to Pepe's.
Okay,
Are we-
okay, that's
Are we gonna do a
acceptable.
remote from there?
We probably need to do a remote from
Oh.
Dude, I can't
Rigoberto's.
do it 2 days in a row.
Well, no, not today. Not today. That doesn't work for today.
Okay,
We're not set
good.
up for that.
Good.
We're not set up for that. But
maybe tomorrow.
We did. Maybe tomorrow. No, not tomorrow.
I had a
need
Rigoberto's burrito.
A week rest. Yes, you had a Rigoberto. You had a carne asada burrito. Let's
I
go
had a
back
carne
to you.
asada burrito.
Okay.
I had a few slices of a Little Caesars pizza.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, they don't serve those at Rigoberto's.
They don't.
No. Ooh.
You took it with you?
Did you have delivered?
no. Okay,
Did
so
you have it delivered to the restaurant?
wait. I had Birdos before rehearsal.
Yes.
We had rehearsal. Then we were going to a drive-in movie.
Okay.
So we got a Little C's Peas.
Okay.
Then after the Little C's Peas, we realized it's right next to a Dairy Queen. So we
I'm
drove
seeing
through
the natural progression.
Right,
Yeah.
we drove through the Dairy Queen. Everybody got like some kind of blast. I got a strawberry Julius.
So you went from savory carne asada to savory pizza right into a strawberry blast.
A strawberry
Sweetness.
strawberry Julius.
Strawberry Julius. Oh, you
way
didn't go
better.
blast.
I didn't go blast. I was
Okay.
like, I already have heavy stuff going on.
Right.
You know, I don't need a blast.
You made the healthier choice.
I had a bite of Luke's blast.
You made the healthier choice.
I did. I got the strawberry Julius, and then I capped off the night. You know, little nightcap. You need one.
Right.
With a quarter pounder.
With a
Whoa, there
quarter,
you go.
like wait, a double
it.
quarter pounder or a single quarter?
Single quarter pounder. I'm not insane.
Well, double quarter pounder would be a
Well,
half
wait.
pounder, right?
I'm not sure about that.
All of this.
The jury's out on your
this
sanity.
sounds like
still.
we brought all of this to the movie theater and just ate all this at once. We did not do that. This was like periodical, but in the
But it was in the course of like 2 hours.
6 hours.
2 hours.
You
Come
know,
on.
Including the burrito. If you take the burrito
Oh,
out,
take the burrito out. You're like 30 minutes.
If you take the burrito out, it's like 3 hours.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
All right.
I
I'm
think
backed
you were
up.
good there
I'm backed
until
up.
about that quarter pounder.
I think I
Really.
was too.
That's
I
the
think
thing.
that's the
But
thing that did me in.
sometimes the quarter pounder just needs to
It
happen.
needs to happen.
Did you go
Because-
French fries?
Yeah, I went French
Okay,
fries.
I mean
Well, that's more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right. So now we're adding to the list.
And not only that, I went
soda,
bacon
too?
quarter pounder.
Oh.
And no,
You're leaving
make
out
those?
so much of the story.
did I not tell you about my sweet tea?
And there's sweet tea.
I don't normally get sweet tea. I wasn't gonna be like, I already had a strawberry
So-
Julius. I wasn't gonna get sweet, but they misheard me because I always say unsweet. And then do they give you sweet tea when you ask for unsweet?
I never ask for unsweet tea. I'm always diet soda.
No,
Every
man.
time.
No.
Yeah. Anyways, but Jake's. So if you hear noises, guys, that are really strange, it's just because Jake had all that weird food.
Right.
So
You see Todd sitting farther and
Tiff-
further away.
Yeah. If I start rolling this way, you know.
I'll turn the fan back on.
That's right. Yes. We might need
We need that.
aeration.
Not,
So
not even for farts. Just for like just for beef sweat that's coming through my body.
it's coming through your. That's quarter pounder sweat, folks.
That is
Right.
That is.
All the grease.
I don't.
That's one of the wrestling rules, man. You can dope up on some quarter pounders before you go to a meet, and then it's like
I don't know if this is more disgusting or less disgusting than the bear poop during hibernation
Hey,
conversation.
all I'm saying
We
is
are
it,
just.
it keeps you warm.
We are
Yeah,
knocking them out of the park today.
Everybody poops.
Everybody poops. That's true. So let's. So I went on a trip, a little trip.
I do not
this week. Yes, you do.
I'm way more of a lady than that.
Okay. Hey, the poopery lady
True.
poops.
That lady.
I mean, if she
she's
can
making
poop, then
money right now.
I don't know. Did she? Well, whatever. Yeah, the poopery
How much is
stuff.
poopery worth?
I don't know.
So you
just
went on a
check it out.
trip.
So I went on a little field trip. I went on a field trip with the Oklahoma Frasers were in town, and so we thought, you know what, we can't go to Disneyland, so why don't we go to California Adventure, or not California Adventure, Downtown Disney, because it's open.
Right.
Everything else is closed, and
How
I
open
didn't
is
know.
it?
So it's so open. Like that was. I didn't have a punchline, but we go, and so you have to wear the mask.
How open was it?
It was so open.
You're welcome.
That there was nobody there.
Whoa.
It was really, really quiet. Like there were people there, but it was not typical Disney. Like some of the pictures we saw from the first weekend, it was like super packed. It wasn't that bad.
But what day of the week were you there?
We were there on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, so probably the week's not as busy as the weekend.
Yeah, but still, it's like it's the only thing that you can
So
go
how,
and experience.
how long do you think it's going to stay open?
You know, I don't know. It depends on what Fauci starts saying. But there's something that was really weird. So you walk in, you've got your mask on. They do the temperature check. They check your temperature
Right.
with a little gun.
Feels like you're about to get shot in the head.
Yeah, you're really concerned for just about 3 seconds. But then you walk through this other tent between the temperature check and the metal detectors, and it was a strange, like it was weird, and I'm not sure what. So I've got a video of the middle tent.
The middle tent?
This is the middle tent. This
The
is
last-
the middle tent.
the
So
last
this is
tent on the left.
The last tent on the left. So here,
Sounds like a title of a horror movie.
This is like Middle Earth.
so this is the middle. If you go to Downtown Disney, you go through the temperature check, and then before you go to the metal detector, you go through this tent.
Thomas Middleton?
So there's
Is that a dog?
there's a dog, and he
Sniffing
walks behind
COVID?
and he sniffs your butt. Like he just walks behind you. So you walk through that. Watch it again.
This dog would have had a field day with me yesterday.
I can't imagine.
Well, you know,
So
they're training dogs to sniff for COVID.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, how did the dog's going to sniff COVID?
They already
They're
smell
training
cancer.
them, yeah.
They can literally smell
They're training
COVID.
them to smell COVID, yeah.
That seems ridiculous.
You know what
Google
else
it.
is ridiculous? Poopery generated nearly $60 million in 2018.
I
revenue,
believe it.
and it's the valued more than $400 million. So that's poopery for you.
So what if so what if you had poopery when you're going through the dog sniff butt tent and you sprayed it? Like would it skew their senses and they wouldn't be able to smell COVID?
They'd probably
They're
like you're
smelling
trying to cover a
That's-
COVID.
No. That's like Starsky and Hutch right there. That's like Starsky and Hutch when Vince Vaughn invents the cocaine that doesn't smell. So the poopery is like a masking agent.
Or you just put coffee grounds in your underwear.
Wait,
That too.
Steve, you sound a little bit too experienced.
No, he's right.
Not, dude, kids, don't try that at home. That's not the thing. But it was weird. I understand the sniff, like the bomb sniffing dog, but this doesn't, like, he was coming up behind people. You really have heard that they're Jake, Google if they're sniffing, if they're teaching dogs to sniff
First and
COVID.
foremost,
I didn't know COVID had a smell.
I didn't either.
I mean, or any disease for that matter.
does cancer?
Yeah.
Because dogs have, this right here.
It
Dogs
smells like
have
a
an
strawberry
incredibly
Julius.
sensitive. Yeah.
Yeah, they train dogs to sniff for diabetes.
Oh, I was going to
Really?
make a diabetes joke today. Oh, I totally forgot it. I was going to say, I had all that food, but like my fingers and toes are numb and my pee's sweet. So let's just forget all about that.
So dogs can sniff.
Dogs have an incredibly sensitive sense of smell that can detect odor signatures of various types of cancer. Among others, they can detect colon cancer, prostate cancer, breast cancer, and melanoma by sniffing people's skin, bodily fluids, or breath. I can only imagine they could do the same thing with COVID.
Look it up for COVID.
That sounds extremely far-fetched.
What are you talking
That a
about?
dog can smell COVID.
No, it's not.
Dude, there's like so many Dateline documentary things that they've done about this. Where like
About dog sniffing
Yes, where people have had
disease?
cancer and they didn't know it, and their dog freaks out, and then they go, "What's wrong?" And the dog's like, "Go to the car," and the person's like, they end up just going to the hospital at some point, and they're like, "Yeah, you have cancer," and the dog's
That's
like,
crazy.
It's like I have friends that have diabetes dogs that warn them when their blood sugar is going too low or too high. They can tell.
Is it a certain kind of dog or any dog?
Man,
Can you
that's
teach
dog-
any dog?
Dogs that are there's different breeds that are better for like they
Different
use
things.
Different things, but yeah, they have this sense of smell that can tell that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dog.
I
Yeah, dog.
would like to see that training. Like, you go to like, oh, here's a healthy person, so they smell like this is one dying of stage 4 cancer. Like,
Yeah, that's
And
like.
this person starred on my 600-pound life.
okay, canine, but just act really cute.
Remember that
and
dog-
nice.
Yeah, who signs up for that? Would you like to be? We know that
Remember
you're
the
in
dog
the
and cat?
hospital.
He used to be able to go into the
The death cat. Yep.
Right, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about like when kids are like sick, like terminally, and then like a dog comes in and they go, "Oh no."
It's
Right.
that death cat. It's like
That's
that
cat.
cat.
Probably the training dog right there. Like,
That's
this
probably
is
what it
death
is.
smells like, Like,
So-
But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah. So if you go to downtown Disney and the dog sniffs your butt and stops,
You're dead soon.
You're the COVID.
Yeah, or if you're like a sick child and like the Make-A-Wish thing and you really want Michael Jordan to come pay you a visit, but he's busy, they might bring Air Bud instead. What? No. Yeah. After just a few
No. All right.
days of training,
So-
dogs in Germany proved capable of identifying people infected with COVID-19, according to researchers.
You've got to be kidding. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Well, hey,
You're gonna be
you
at the
learned
airport
something new.
soon?
The only thing that we know about the Trending Stories Taking Over show, it is super educational.
Look at this.
Super
We're learning
educational,
things
guys.
as
Look at-
we're giving you
And
You
certain
don't need to
things
go
we
back.
show-
You don't need to go back to school in the fall, guys. Just watch the show.
Right.
I think that's sufficient.
Well, probably gonna help me
because there's
out.
no teachers anyways.
Yeah.
I know, right?
And some things we show are prophetic. I mean, the Kevin James trailer.
I
dogs
know.
chasing them. They
See?
can smell the COVID.
Who
can
knows?
smell the COVID.
You know
They can
what?
smell the COVID?
There's so many people who are watching this show, and so much is happening because of this show. It's fantastic.
Is that a fact?
I mean, we see all the stories that are because we say things, and then all of a sudden the story shows up and people are doing it.
That's true. I just think that we have very general views.
We have very specific views that everyone likes to hear about and get educated and learn all the things so they don't have to go to school in the fall.
That's what I meant. More teachers. No. Is that
All
Alice
right.
Cooper?
That's a great song.
That's awesome. Okay, all right, but you know what? There are trending stories. Believe it or not, we're having a lot of fun and we're way off script. But you know what? Trending stories are
There's a
happening, and
script.
right now, this morning, as a matter of fact, we have made some more history here in America.
What do we do now?
We have successfully launched
we
the
kill now?
Mars 2020 Perseverance rover using an Atlas V rocket. So we just went up to Mars
cool.
with a rover, and this rover it's a successor to the Curiosity robot explorer.
Yeah, it
right
is.
here, and it's equipped with sensors specifically designed to help it hopefully fund evidence. I think they have a typo. TechCrunch. Find evidence of ancient microbiotic life on Mars.
David Bowie wrote a whole song about this.
He did.
But it's actually kind of cool because I don't know if you guys have seen recently. Okay, number one, I'm on all of the space subreddits. So I get a lot of space stuff. And
Does that mean you're a space expert?
we can say that. Okay. But
Space cadet.
That's way more accurate, Steve.
greetings.
So you're on the space Reddit.
Yeah.
What about the space Reddit? Where you go back to Earth. Back to
Whoa.
Earth. I don't even. Poltergeist hasn't
This
even
is
got here
ground
yet
control.
to take you over.
No, but the Curiosity rover, they're starting to release a lot of images that they've had in the past that we haven't seen before. And I think what a lot of this is coming from is, I don't know if anybody knows. Does anybody know what To the Stars Academy is here? Okay, To the Stars Academy was started by Tom DeLonge, the guitarist from Blink-182, right? Who left, did an Angels and Airwaves. Now he's this big ufologist, right? And that's how you pronounce it, ufology.
Instead of a UFOologist,
Yes.
ufology.
Ufology.
Is that a science?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
So basically,
Whoa, touched a nerve there.
So basically, all these ufologists, they go through To the Stars Academy, and basically, Tom DeLonge is trying to give you courses in order to be able to become like an astrologist.
Is he like a certified ufologist? Is that a thing?
I mean,
Or is he a fellow cult leader?
He's considered.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective there, Chris.
We need to have a meeting.
Which comet is he going after, you know?
I do not know. All I know is that he trains people, and they say that he's evident. He's a big figure in the UFO
This
scene
is starting
right
to sound like a coast to coast episode.
Where's my foil hat?
What I
Where's
will say-
where did
Do you have one?
I can't find my foil hat. No.
Bummer. Bring it next week, I guess.
All right, so Tom DeLonge, the
Tom
ufologist
DeLonge,
that's
ufologist.
teaching people to be ufologists.
Everybody that's actually serious about ufology hates Tom DeLonge, and the reason why is because he's pushing it to be more of a publicity thing. He's pushing it like he's already
taking it to pop culture.
He's actually already been found out to have said that To the Stars Academy found material that we've never seen on Earth before. Turns out it was just aluminum. So
it was a tinfoil hat left over.
Yeah, exactly. So everybody's kind of weary about things like that, but the UFO conversation is huge. The government is starting to release naval forms of when people have seen sightings on the water, and the military.
You mean like belly buttons?
No.
You said naval forms.
Naval, like semen.
Like your
Oranges.
like on a boat.
Naval. Well, naval wouldn't be the USO?
U.S.
Unidentified surface object?
Yes. Surface objects. Guys,
This is a fantastic.
Naval.
Hey guys, if you want to learn
Naval.
about space, just watch the TSTO show.
I'm looking up the word naval. I know I'm right. That's a cue.
you're right.
I believe
The
you.
Naval
I just
Academy.
Thank you, Naval Academy.
Yeah.
Right.
Navy people.
Navy. Marines.
Military disclosing UFOs. That's all I'm trying to say.
All right, so Jake, let's come back to it.
The military's trying to disclose all this information about UFO sightings because the government has actually been holding on to all these UFO sightings, trying not to like stir up the conversation.
Sure.
And now they're letting a lot of it go, which is really cool. There was like actually a whole
They're declassifying stuff.
There was a whole act put out to declassify all this military information about UFOs. So people are really excited about this, and because of that, they started to release a lot of footage from the Mars rover, and I don't think we realize how much we actually learned about Mars from that rover and what this new one's gonna do. That's my time.
Now, so I'm curious. The other rover, when was it put up there? Does it say in here the old Mars rover? Because the technology between then and now is only exponentially going to get better.
Right.
So the stuff that it's going to find would never have been possible to find.
Wow, 2011.
2011.
Wow.
That's way more recent than I thought.
That's
Unless the
9
Martians-
years.
Unless the Martians don't want us to find it out.
Right.
Unless and maybe the Martians will downgrade the technology when it's up there.
Nobody's living on Mars. Mars is inhabitable for us,
Right.
given certain measures being put into place to create infrastructure.
Like a biodome.
Right. But there are living things on Mars, but not living beings. Like
Gotcha.
smart beings.
So then
We
where
have
do
it
the
to
Martians
ourselves.
then where do the Martians live? I'm confused.
Other galaxies, other multiverses.
Gotcha.
Then
But then
there
why are
wouldn't
they
be
called
Martians.
Martians?
Martians is just something that was coined because of
Hey.
the fact that creative people who were making cartoons wanted to make them from Mars.
Marvin the Martian.
I understand.
I mean, I'm just
From
saying.
Mars.
He's very convincing.
Yeah.
Maybe he's
Yeah,
really a Uranian.
He's very
I can't even do the voice anymore.
Yes.
That's the one.
I don't even know. All right, hey, we're going to Mars again. We're gonna go find out more about Mars, and it's fascinating.
I'm ready to get this over with and get Elon on Mars.
Elon, but Elon was part of this, right? Because
Oh,
was this a
absolutely.
NASA? This was a
SpaceX?
NASA SpaceX thing, wasn't it?
I
It wasn't-
guarantee you that everything from this point on is going to be NASA SpaceX.
Yeah, some sort of combined partnership. It's crazy that how that has kind of blown up into this like NASA SpaceX thing. It's
Were
like,
you telling me Elon Musk started as something totally different? the other
Well,
day?
yeah, PayPal.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's where he created PayPal and then sold to eBay, and now he's just like, what do I do? Let's start a space thing.
I didn't even know that. I did not even know that he came up with PayPal. That's crazy.
Elon Musk has done a lot of things.
He's a real Mark
and-
Zuckerberg.
So speaking of Mark Zuckerberg, next story we
Really?
have it
Whoa.
actually. So I don't know if everybody's familiar with the antitrust situation going on in Congress, but
I don't even know that I've had any of these stories so far.
I know.
I have no
Congress
trust of
is still doing
Congress.
things?
Yeah, no, there's no trust of Congress. Well, Congress is kind of doing things.
Okay.
They're
Let's
kind of
burn
yelling
it.
at people in when they're in session, not really doing anything. But there's a hearing going on about all of the big tech things. This is a story I just got this morning. Why you're looking at me like you haven't seen it? It's because you haven't.
No, I was looking at you just
Because you're
somewhere other than where we are
you were
right now.
you were in your Reddit subreddit space subreddit. Yeah,
I was thinking about Tom DeLong.
So there were these hearings because of all the antitrust stuff with Google, Facebook, Amazon, and Apple, like the big four tech. And the whole concern is they're going to control the world. Right. That's the whole concern. They're getting rid of competition. And the thing that with all this, like there was a lot of, I didn't see all of it. And there's a lot going into this, but they did the testimonies and they questioned Zuckerberg and they questioned, they didn't do Tim Cook, but they did do Bezos and then the head of Google. Like they did all of this. But the thing that was interesting is like they're focusing on this thing that was in my opinion just business. This part about Facebook bought Instagram to neutralize a competitor email show. And they've got Zuckerberg, which he looks like a Martian. I think he's a Martian.
Fake.
He's a deep fake.
He is a fake human.
Computer generated.
Seems like it. It seems like he could be.
He's like Freddy impersonating Jason's mom.
No, we're back to this.
Yeah,
we're back to Friday the 13th.
are. It relates to everything.
So it relates. Okay, I get it. So anyway, so they question Zuckerberg, and then they've got these like redacted emails down here in the bottom where it's talking about, hey, the businesses are. I don't even know what that word is, nascent, but the networks are established. The brands are already meaningful, and if they grow too large. To a large scale, they could be very disruptive to us. That's an email from Zuckerberg about Instagram. And they bought Instagram. And I'm like,
Well,
okay,
that's
they
normal
bought
business,
Instagram.
right?
Right? That
Protecting your business interest.
yeah, that doesn't seem to me like that's something to be concerned about.
Right.
But evidently, that's a big part of what they're talking about from the Facebook standpoint is that they're just going to buy competitors. I mean, maybe.
No, competitor doesn't have to. They don't have to sell.
Didn't they do that with Snapchat?
Right, that's
though?
true. They didn't buy Snapchat. So Snapchat got offered a couple times and Snapchat said no.
Yeah, okay.
They got offered by Facebook. They got offered by Google. They got offered by somebody else. It was like billions of dollars.
Well,
And
I
the
just
creator's like,
looked it up. The cumulative worth of all three of those companies.
You okay?
No,
It's the burrito.
It's the burrito coming back up. The cumulative worth of all those companies is $1.2 trillion.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's pretty
You
crazy.
could pay off a fifth of our national debt just by selling those guys off.
Not anymore. It's not a fifth anymore.
No, is it the 10th now?
It's like it's like a 20th
Oh,
with all the
man.
stimulus that's going out. Anyways, yeah. So they're questioning all this stuff, and I see that there could be an issue where it's like Facebook, they could just buy everyone, or Google could just buy everyone,
Yeah.
and then they control everything, which is the concern. Like it's the monopoly
It's the
situation.
Standard Oil thing.
Yeah, the standard, that whole idea of the antitrust situation that we could be in, but these questions seem to be like, it's business practices, and at what point is it where you've gone too far? Like, do you think Facebook buying Instagram was going too far?
Whatever happened to our protections in place for like stopping monopolies?
Yeah, well, but it's a digital frontier. So
Does that change?
it changes how it works. Like sales tax was something that they couldn't figure out for a long time because it's all digital online. And if it's this state or that state, it was a whole mess and nobody was charging sales tax because nobody knew how to collect it. And nobody knew how to charge it. It's like with Bitcoin. Like, how do you tax Bitcoin? It's digital currency that doesn't really exist. And there's no traction of it because it's all like secret. So I think they're just trying to figure out how do we deal with this because, you've got an issue when, Google, because really the reason this has happened was because of censorship. Because Google is shutting down certain people that they don't like. There's Project Veritas, which is a thing that I follow. They go inside of a lot of the tech groups and a lot of and Antifa and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, I can definitely see where that would cause fear.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that if everything that we're allowed to say, right, and allowed to see goes through the lens of a company who's able to just
Create the narrative.
blackball anybody from
Yeah.
just life in general.
You mean blackball any president, no matter what?
Right.
Yeah, anybody.
But I mean,
president or not, you could blackball Putin.
You could. Well, he probably is blackballed.
Yeah.
I mean, but he's probably secret. He has probably a
Because they keep kicking him there, and he
probably
still
has
doesn't
a
feel
secret
it.
account, and he's got a different username.
they've
People
got
can't
they've
tell.
got hackers to get him on anyways.
Yeah. So Jake, what do you think Putin's handle would be? His secret handle, not as like Putin for president 2025.
Oops, I Putin.
Yeah. Oops, I Putin. They're being. We have an issue with censorship. We have an issue with free speech, and we have an issue with these people running these platforms. I think I would feel like buying Instagram, maybe not a big deal, but the way that they're monitoring it. So I don't know what's going to happen with this, but I saw the thing that like, how dare Facebook buy Instagram? I'm like, really? Like that's
Didn't this happen a
How
long
dare
time
Disney
ago?
buy Marvel?
But
yeah. Well,
How
and
dare
Disney's
they buy Fox?
Disney's one of the ones that could be included in this at some point because they're from a media standpoint.
They should be included.
but most of those
Yeah.
are already reviewed by the Justice Department before the purchase can go through.
But I think it's so new that they can't know the end result.
Right.
Like they didn't see the censorship thing that necessarily happening. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But I think it's gone so far so fast.
I think sometimes the people in charge want certain censorship, so they let it go through, and then when it backfires on them, that's when it comes to be a problem.
Right. If they're on their side to get what they need, and then as soon as they pull away, it's like, yeah. It's just so they did the thing, and Zuckerberg looks really. Every time I see him, he looks creepy. Every time I see him,
he's a total goon.
I bet his life required.
I just-
it has a certain amount of stress that just is always.
look at it. He does look stressed. He looks like his head's gonna pop.
Okay, have
That's
you guys
weird.
have you guys heard about the whole Howie Mandel thing that's going on?
Well, so okay, a little bit. So you talked about that on TikTok,
Yeah,
right?
there's this whole TikTok thing, which, by the way, I got sucked into it. I'm sorry. It's the internet's casino. They don't tell you what time it is.
It's the internet's they're pumping oxygen in.
It's just insane. I feel like I've just done like 6 lines of blow and I'm ready to go. But it's not okay. Like literally one of the things that happened was like last night, it was like 10:30 and I was like in this movie, right? And the movie's going on. And
Your belly's full of all kinds of weird foods.
And I'm like,
weird
I'm
sounds
going
coming
through.
out.
Yeah, just. Oh, God. And so like I'm like scrolling down and everything. And the next thing I know is I missed 20 minutes of the movie. Just because I was on my phone. And then I got home at like 12:30 and I was like, I'm gonna watch like 5 minutes of TikTok. Then I'm gonna go to bed. And then the next thing I know is I looked at my phone and it's like 2 a.m.
Wow.
I'm not even kidding you. Anyway, totally forgot what I was gonna say. But regardless, I sent you a text message with this in it. I don't know if you get your
just
text
now?
on this.
Oh, I've seen this
Yes.
Disney thing. Yeah.
So Todd and I have looked over this map and we've talked about it before.
Let me pull it up.
But
Let me pull it up.
Disney, somebody made this map of all of the media things Disney owns, and it is
Scary.
terrifying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's crazy when you put this all together. So here it is. So here's the Disney map. Like you've got Marvel up in this corner.
It's got an AT-AT.
You've got
Vader.
I mean, yeah,
like
you
all
got
of this.
that
Some
left ear.
pictures.
That left ear is Marvel and Marvel Studios. The
Okay.
right ear is Fox Entertainment Group on the top, and that's everything Fox owns. So Fox Sports West, Fox
Right.
Yes, FX, 20th Century Fox. Below
Right.
that, you have Sky
not Fox News,
Entertainment, Shine
No, not
Group,
Fox News is separate.
National Geographic is in that top right ear, but then you also have the Disney Music Group in that orange right there.
Yeah, down below.
Disney Corporate,
Walt Disney
which,
Studios.
right? Of course, you're going to have that Disney Theatrical Group. But
Parks
like
and
ABC. You got ESPN down at the bottom. You got ABC 7.
Yeah.
I mean, they
It's-
own all the media companies.
It's all the
Literally.
media. It's literally like I would say it's 75 to 89% of the news companies.
Yeah.
And so
Do you
it's
think Zuckerberg and Facebook is like the scapegoat? Because he's like, whenever you see him, it's negative.
Disney?
No, well, think about it. It's like it's always okay. Facebook's under fire because they're withholding information or they're keeping certain. It almost seems obvious. There could be a narrative being set up or something like that. Meanwhile, you have Disney, who literally owns most of the
yeah,
news.
like under the
But
radar almost.
They send us all the entertainment we love, so it's fine if they. I mean, I remember saying to myself, "It's like, ooh, they bought Marvel, awesome. Oh, they got Fox, sweet.
Yep.
Now they can tell these stories I always wanted to hear." Meanwhile, in the sinister depths
in
of
the back
Mickey
room
Hell,
deal,
they're
yeah.
like making all kinds of things to literally brainwash us.
Yeah,
But there's a difference. Disney, it's not overtly censorship. You don't see it. Facebook, you do because people are interacting with it.
because they're stopping your stuff.
True.
Like,
Disney
as
is
opposed
what
to
they're
what
letting you know.
Right.
So there's a
Okay.
different
Yeah.
side to how the censorship's going.
One's a presenting, the other one's getting in between the conversation. Almost,
Right.
Yeah.
So
One's-
both are bad. It's just one is more relevant to people right now.
Right, and one's controlling
Visible.
a narrative by telling a story, and one's controlling a narrative by stopping things by not allowing them. Mike has a good point here.
Hang on.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to make sure I'm on the right page. So Disney is doing both of those things, or Disney's trying to tell the story and Google is censoring?
The second one.
Yeah.
Disney's telling the story. Google is
or
censoring.
Facebook
Google,
are
Facebook.
censoring.
Yeah, they're
I'm there.
censoring.
I'm there. We're good.
Mike makes a really good point here. He says, and I think it's probably a great idea, that there will be a third-party governing body to eventually police social media platforms similar to FCC. I mean,
That sounds about right.
they should, because it is totally different than anything else.
Sure.
And you have to have some watchdog that's in the fray, that's like seeing what's going on, because you start getting into nuances that if you don't understand the way social media or YouTube or any of that stuff works, it doesn't, it's not the same.
Well, even past that, I think it's important to realize that like there are giant companies that are turning into conglomerate organizations like this one that will rule. And so
Absolutely.
It's
Yes.
important to know what they're gaining access to, what they're buying. And so if you're interested, that map, every single little circle is like a new piece that they own, and you could go into the Disney theatrical thing and you'll see things you did not expect to see in there.
Yeah,
I was TitleMax.com. It's every company Disney owns a map of Disney worldwide.
Here, I'm gonna put it in the comments.
Yeah, do
So
that.
Well, the interesting thing too, how do you regulate it with this whole international electronics? I mean, things just float around so much.
Yeah.
It's much harder to regulate than the old.
Well,
old
now
business
everybody
model.
using Tor VPNs. Like,
But I mean,
that's still like just adds another layer of encryption, which isn't helpful for
Well,
anybody.
it's just, you start seeing how big this is. Like, this Disney map is crazy, and I saw some infographic that took it from Disney, like when Disney started, and then all the way through where it's been, and then predicting when Disney's going to actually own the entire world in like 2037 or something like that. It's something insane. But
I want to know what year you're going to have Mickey Mouse with the AR.
with the AR.
That's going to be
That's
2021.
That's as soon as Disney opens back up.
Right.
I wish he owned Newsom right now so we could get Disneyland open.
Oh my goodness! You know what? Yes, if Disney owned Newsom, that would be a storyline that would be helpful.
You know what I heard?
What?
Riddle me this. This is a little more positive.
Okay.
Hey, let's go positive. What do you know?
Right? Look at that. Oh, I can't breathe.
I'm COVID positive.
That's the word of the day. Positive. I heard It's a Small World is the best
It
place
is, isn't
to
it?
be. I heard that It's a Small World is the best place to be for the fireworks show.
In the ride?
In the ride?
No, not in the ride. Outside of the ride.
Yeah, no, it's
Yes, it
a
is.
good place.
You're closer
But-
to the fireworks, and they project everything onto the building.
But if you do it in Main Street now, and they project along the buildings on Main Street, that cousin Brian, you're pretty awesome for creating that.
Cousin
Our
Brian.
cousin Brian, he
we
created
could just
that.
say,
It's great.
hey, he did World of Color.
Well, that too.
Like,
and
he's so
Fantasmic,
cool.
and like all of the
Yeah.
digital awesome things. This is
Wait, what
Brian.
did he do with Phantasmic?
He helped do all the projection stuff, create the whole thing. Like he's a Disney tech insider guy.
World of Color
Brian, you've affected my very creativity in my own
was
mind.
it
Yeah,
World of
you
Color?
would enjoy hanging out with Brian.
I love Phantasmic.
Was it World of Color like his idea?
He was part of the team that invented it.
Yeah.
World of Color is cool too. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
I think
it's really
way better
good.
than fireworks.
So Mike says something about interesting enough. The Disney buyout of Fox didn't include Fox
Right.
News. I know that is
Yeah.
it's a completely like they didn't even want to mess with it.
With Fox
because
News
Fox News is
and
Fox
Fox
News.
Sports National, they didn't because of the ESPN. So they have Fox regionals, but not national.
yeah, because it's not national. So
We
yeah.
have West, baby.
Well, that's right. That's right. So Disney at some point literally is going to rule the world.
But Nona did just
almost
mention
everything.
too. Nona did just mention too that Facebook has a third-party company to monitor their posts or their comments.
Yeah, it's a third party that they probably created.
Yeah, probably.
It's probably a shell company for Facebook.
And that's probably what it's going to be. Is we're probably going to have like these different companies are going to create other little sneaky companies.
well, it's got to be a government body, I think, at that point to police it.
Right.
less government.
No,
Yeah.
less government, but you need somebody to police it. You need an authority figure. Like you can't just like, I don't know, defund the police and expect that you're going to be safe.
Not like you can't buy off the government.
No.
Yeah, well, I
Isn't
guess
that
that's a
what
good
the
point.
NSA is for?
the NSA needs their own like here's the Facebook or the internet censorship part of the NSA.
We need internet cops.
Yeah. Wait.
Task force. Special task force.
Yo,
that's the word
task
you
force.
use.
Let's do this. Let's do a buddy cop movie with all 4 of us. And it's the internet. It's the
We're the internet cops.
Oh man, what
Intercops.
I'm trying to think of something.
Reno.com.
What drive?
What?
Instead of Reno
I
911?
get it.
Oh, yeah.
I get
Right?
it. But
Reno.com?
but Reno.com sounds like a
could we
bad
use
place to go.
Reno www.
Could we use a Disney
Reno
theme
dot-
for that? Tron, where we get into electronics and
Oh,
start
there we go.
patrolling it?
And we
There you go.
start. Yeah, we could
The grid.
control it.
I'm trying to
Oh.
think of something that has to do with the internet that rhymes with dream. So we
Grid
could be
force.
like, the dream police. You know what I mean?
So there's the antitrust thing going on. But amidst all of that, guys, there's something that started recently, and we've talked about it some. Baseball is back, and baseball is trying really hard to make an impact.
Okay.
And
have on
Are they
there's
realizing it's not the sport everybody thought it was?
well, I think there's a problem because there's some people that are getting the COVID. The Marlins,
No,
basically
no.
the entire
The entire
the
team.
entire
Marlins.
Marlins organization
Wow. They're in
has
deep
got
water.
the COVID. Look at this. So the MLB put the Marlins on pause. Like they said, hey, Marlins, you got to hold on.
But
Because
Miami's been COVID party town.
but they're supposed to be sequestered. Like they're supposed to be. So there's now 17 members of their traveling party test positive for COVID-19. They were on their way to go to a game in another city and play another team, and they had 17 people all of a sudden pop up with
Okay.
COVID.
Unbelievable.
How many of them
can't
have
just go
symptoms and
party
how
at the
many just
bar.
have the positive too?
Well, that's that's the other thing. It's how many of them are even gonna get somebody sick with the
Right.
COVID. I mean, if we were testing for COVID like we're testing for the flu, I think we'd be, or if we tested for the flu like we're testing for COVID, I think we'd be like, oh yeah, it's just like the flu.
Well, that's okay because they just number them all the same now, anyways. I'm sure. You got the flu, it's COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
I just think no tossing your balls to boys in the stands.
Okay.
No boy balls.
Baseball.
Yes.
I mean, no
Okay.
tossing
What
the balls
did you
to cardboard
think that was
cutouts of boys.
Yeah, the cardboard cutouts don't have hands to catch them
that's
anyway.
Right. There's no
There's
boys
nobody
in the
there.
stands.
I
There's
heard
nobody
they're-
there.
How
as
are we
far as doing, like,
supposed to play-
CG audience.
Yeah, you know what? But they still would be holograms. They wouldn't be able to physically
Have you
catch
noticed-
anything that's thrown into the stands.
They've-
It's safer.
They've
I
been
guess.
playing canned audience noises.
I have. So if you listen to the radio broadcast, they're making it sound like the stadium's full. It's really strange. And then
Yeah.
you look at the replays and stuff,
It's-
and there's like
and it's just-
nobody
it's just
there.
keep-
Scenes from Star Wars Episode 1 when they're like the pod race.
But that's how they're saving money. They're collecting all those balls and using them again.
That's
Yeah.
right. They're reusing their baseballs.
You
I
can't
thought they had
play
to throw away and
baseball.
burn every ball that was used because it could possibly have
No,
COVID.
It might have the COVID.
Every
Right.
pitch has to be a home run. Every pitch, like that's how the game's played.
Okay.
You have
So-
to hit it out of the yard, and if you don't, nobody touches it. You run as hard as you can. But one thing I will say, you take the boy out of baseball. You don't have baseball. You take the balls out of the boy.
You definitely don't have a boy anymore.
You don't have baseball. You take the balls out of baseball.
Yeah, you take the balls out of
You
baseball,
don't have a boy anymore.
then it's just a base. And then it's not even fun.
Yep.
Like it's Ghost Runner on second, which is what they're doing for the extra innings. So the way that the baseball thing is happening, right?
Runner?
They're
Yes.
because
Pendergast
they're
the
trying to
Ghost
make
Runner?
it go faster. Pendergast is the Ghost Runner of all Ghost Runners.
It's kind of
Gotcha.
like Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider,
are these
exactly
guys
like
a
that.
flaming
Ghost
skull face?
Yep.
That'd be
Yep.
awesome.
So they've got the Marlins have been put on pause. How many other teams is this going to happen to?
All of them.
How many
Everyone.
games can they get through before more than half the teams have to be put on
That
pause?
could be a kind of a cool twist to be like, how much of the season you get through before you get the COVID.
Yeah,
No,
it
what-
makes the whole
That was the big story
race.
yesterday about the NFL. What's going to happen if they start getting teams, popping up? Are they going to have to cancel their season? That's already been popping up in the news.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Well,
no.
You know what,
No,
Jake?
no.
I think you should just resign to say, you know what? There's probably no football.
No. I need it.
Well, I mean, we all need
You
it.
can't take the football out of the boy.
You can because they did, and they're probably going to. But baseball. So the Dodgers had a suspension already.
What?
I know, right? The baseball just started, so the Marlins are on
but that
pause
was-
because of COVID.
But that was a positive thing.
Well,
it was
it's
the Astros.
It wasn't, but it wasn't positive for COVID.
No.
It was positive for
Yeah, we had
taking care of cheaters. Did you hear about this?
No, I did
So-
not hear about this at all.
Bench clearing brawl.
Bench clearing. So there
Oh,
is.
so everybody's just giving each other COVID.
So everybody, yeah, it's like that. You talk about that, like
COVID
that's going to be
kick.
COVID, the COVID kick.
COVID.
So if you remember, the Houston,
Cha-cha slide.
the
COVID
Houston,
kick.
gosh. So the Houston Astros cheated. You remember
Yeah,
that,
I remember
right?
that.
With the
I remember
cameras
that
and the
whole
trash
big deal.
cans, and they cheated against the Dodgers. That's how the
World
Astros
Series.
won the
Yeah.
World Series. So that
Game
was
7.
it was Astros and Dodgers, and the Dodgers had some animosity there
some
against the
things to
Astros.
Give him a little chin music.
So the pitcher Joe Kelly
looks
for the
sad.
Dodgers, look at him. He's so sad. That's his taunting face that he was taunting the Astros after he threw at 3 of their batters.
Yeah.
And then there was a bench clearing brawl and
Threw at the batters.
threw at
Like
the
they didn't-
batters. I mean,
Oh,
he
yeah,
didn't hit them.
chin
He didn't
music.
hit them.
His
Yeah.
accuracy's not been the greatest.
No,
anyways.
his accuracy is left. So for throwing at a few batters on a Tuesday night and brilliantly taunting them with the walk. This is his pouty face. Look at that pouty face walk off. Look at that. Oh, it's so sad, Astros. You're cheaters. It's so sad.
I think his accuracy was actually bad. It was the taunting that actually caused the problems.
Right. So
Taunting?
So that taunting. Who's involved now? So they bench clearing brawl, and Kelly's been suspended for 8 games, and they're saying, is this too much? An 8-game suspension in a 60-game season.
Yeah.
That equates to a 22-game suspension in a 162-game season. Wow. It's like that's a huge suspension.
Suspended for a game.
And here's the catch: the Astros have not had any players suspended for the cheating.
What?
So, like, where's the justice? Where's
this-
the MLB justice?
Give this Kelly guy a boy's name and put him back out there.
His first name is Joe.
Oh.
His last name is Kelly.
Yeah, like the Kelly Gang. That sounds pretty cool.
So,
Well, totally what I meant.
so the
Right.
baseball's just kind of like it's here. I don't know if this
Here's
is
what we
going to
do.
last.
We let them all get COVID. It's
Right.
the strongest survive.
Right.
And they all play through
it's
COVID.
the Hunger Games.
No. They're not killing each other.
Well, but if you touch them with COVID, like I got you.
These are the most able-bodied.
It could be like the Roman Colosseum. Just put them all in there and see who survives.
Yeah, that's what
There
I'm
we
saying.
go.
That's what I'm
There-
saying. Because think about it. Who's going to excel, right? Who's going to step up and be the next Mike Trout?
Mike
With-
Trout is
with
because
the
he's being
COVID,
Mike
with
Trout.
the no. with
Because
the
Mike
COVID.
Trout. Now, have you heard? Mike Trout's been very successful.
He's been doing.
I mean,
a great
he's been
job.
crushing home runs left and right.
Yeah, he's having a great time.
And he's staying COVID free.
yeah, well,
but
he has a kid on the way.
he has a kid on the way. Got to stay
right.
COVID
Gotta
free
stay
for the kid.
COVID-free.
But
Keep thinking anti-COVID thoughts.
How does he
that's-
hit those home runs in that bubble?
so, and we haven't even had a chance really to see the NBA in all of their glory at Walt Disney World. Like, it's just like a comedy of errors with all this trying to, we're going to make this happen. I don't know what's going to happen with football, Jake. I have a bad feeling about football coming with the way this is happening.
Don't speak to me.
But nothing can
Football's
be.
a spring sport.
Football's going to be moved to a spring sport, just like the CIF has done. But nothing could be as bad as Dr. Anthony Fauci and the first pitch that he horribly threw out at the Washington Nationals. Did you see the pitch?
No.
Does it
So
show it?
Anthony Fauci, I don't know if
Oh,
there's
he's
a
got a
video
mask
here
on
or
and
not.
everything.
He had a mask. Oh yeah, he's following his protocols, except for when he's in the stand next to 2 people, shoulder to shoulder, and pulls his mask down and talks to them.
Except for when he's holding the baseball.
Yeah, so he's holding the baseball, and look at his form is just fantastic. Now
It
this
looks like
pitch,
he's just kind of.
this pitch was literally the worst first pitch I've ever seen. It went towards the visiting dugout. It was really bad. It was
It's
really,
the
really bad.
worst first pitch. There's been some pretty bad ones.
But here's the thing. This isn't the worst thing that he's done this week. Because Dr. Anthony Fauci
How could it get worse?
now has come out and said, Dr. Fauci, wear goggles or eye shields to prevent spread of COVID-19. Flu vaccine is a must.
But
now
does the
they're
flu
saying we
fight
gotta wear goggles. We gotta wear goggles.
This is
You gotta
getting
wear a
silly.
mask.
Isn't it time for him to retire?
Like, I don't know.
Was it Horace Grant that wore the goggles on the
Yes,
Bulls?
Horace
who,
Grant.
That's who we're all gonna walk around looking
We're gonna,
like.
but except with a mask.
Yeah.
Like, I just goggles. You
When-
can't.
When
they're-
did he stop practicing medicine?
well, I don't know that he's been for a long time because
Right.
he's been the CDC guy or the
Was he
Center
ever
for.
practicing?
I would assume so.
A long time ago, probably.
Yeah, he was probably a doctor in a
Someday,
place at some point.
Doubt it.
Hopefully.
But Nona, Nona, let's be nice to Dr. Fauci. But I think you're kind of right. Dr. Fauci's struggling. Let's say that. Dr.
He's-
Fauci's struggling. And now to wear goggles. Like, I'm just curious, when is it hazmat suits?
Right.
When is it hazmat suits?
I'm telling you, we're just gonna build our own Vader suits. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you might as
rebreather in
well.
there. Yeah, it's got the goggles. You know?
Yeah, it's all built in.
Right.
Remember that movie
Got a voice
years ago
changer?
that John Travolta was in, Boy in the Bubble?
I don't remember that.
Everybody's going to be in their own bubble.
I think
Okay, the only thing exciting about that is like running at people and bouncing off them.
we could play the game where you're in like the hamster wheel balls and you just
Right.
like, running into each other. I think that's fantastic. But I
He
just
went
can't.
to Cornell.
He did go to Cornell. He went to Cornell. Well, right here we've got some biography stats on him. He was born in Brooklyn, New York, Italian ancestry. Right?
So
the
he's
mob.
going down.
He's from the mob. That's what it
Oh
is.
yeah, have you guys seen the Mob thing?
He
on
was
Netflix
wait.
right
Look at
now?
number 2. He was captain of his high school basketball team.
Oh yeah,
And in
he
parentheses,
was. He's
he's
only
5'7".
5'7".
It doesn't matter if you got to have the big personality if you're gonna be on a
But
basketball
St.
team.
John's Boys School for the Blind, if you're the captain of that basketball team, I don't think it really says a whole lot.
I put up 63 points a game. It was unbelievable. You had never seen anything like it. They called me the white Jewish Michael Jordan.
But then he graduated number 1 in his class from Cornell. Okay, smart guy, really smart guy. And then he married a nurse and a bioethicist,
Okay.
and he fathered 3 daughters.
Oh, that's like somebody that's like what Kevorkian did is wrong.
He's like
A bioethicist?
It's like a ufologist that starts a course and tries to sell people about
I'm pretty
the
sure
stars.
it's somebody that goes what all these like people doing doctor assisted suicides. That's wrong. That's probably what that is. It's ethics about.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is.
bioethicist. And so anyway, so now if you see us out and we're wearing goggles, it's because Fauci said so. Fauci said to wear goggles. Who's gonna wear goggles? Chris, I know you're not wearing goggles.
I'll wear goggles.
I mean, I'd rather wear goggles than a mask. Can I choose?
No, you have to wear both.
Dude, we're just gonna look like some creepy dudes.
We're gonna
should
look
get a
like
really
Martians from-
steampunk setup. That'd be cool with those cool like.
Look like I just got off the
things.
biplane.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we're
with
like
the
old school
windshield
bomber
wipers.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe goggles are making a comeback, guys.
Goggles are great.
Goggles are making a comeback.
I don't know why we're hating
But
on this Fauci guy. He went to
Wait till
Cornell.
Disney requires him to go into downtown Disney.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe we are headed towards more like a retro vintage.
What if we're looking at
World
like
War
a-
II
Mad
style,
Max?
Yeah, like a
mask
steampunk
bomber thing.
Yeah.
might as well bring in a war too. Just to
Yeah,
make
why
it
don't we
all,
just
I mean,
like,
why not?
Hey,
Why
you know what?
not?
While we're on top of it, let's make the purge a reality. Let's just
I think that kind of already is. Have you seen
One
some of
night
the
a week-
videos of people like beating others for not wearing masks? I saw this thing where people are in a hotel and somebody wasn't wearing a mask, and it was 2 groups, and there was a group of people with masks, a group of people without masks, and these people with masks just like attacked the non-mask people and just started beating them, and then they like
It's the Hatfields and McCoys
it's
in here.
crazy,
Right.
It's absolutely insane, and now you got to wear goggles. I'm not wearing goggles. That's too much. That's too much.
the goggles I got.
So
So wait till the barista gets beat up for telling people to wear goggles.
Yeah,
Whoa.
exactly.
Which one?
But at least we're raising the children right, because now I know you were all concerned,
Okay.
but now the children have the ability to play with campaign
Books?
political dolls.
Oh,
can I get a Biden one? I'd love to
Mattel
have a
has
Biden doll.
released the 2020 campaign Barbie dolls.
Oh, it's the secretaries.
Barbie
Okay.
launches line of political dolls to inspire and encourage future leaders.
This is not real.
This is real. This is a
This
news
is
report
not-
from ABC 7.
This
the
is
2020
not
campaign Barbie
friggin'
dolls.
Real.
Who
Yep.
are these people?
Mattel unveiled its Barbie 2020 campaign team on July 28th. Let's see. Does it say? Here's the quote from Mattel. Since 1959, Barbie has championed girls and encouraged them to be leaders, whether in the classroom, community, or someday of the country, said Lisa McKnight, SVP of Global Head of Barbie and Dolls, Mattel, in a statement. With less than a third of elected leaders in the U.S. being women, and black women being even less represented in these positions, we designed the Barbie campaign team with a diverse set of dolls to show all girls they can raise their voices. What? Campaign Barbie dolls.
I'm not for it. No, I mean, like, encourage, ladies, you can be whatever the heck you want.
Absolutely,
Like,
you can
just
do whatever
go,
you want.
Just go be whatever you want. You know what I mean? You don't need people to make Barbies to tell you to go be whatever you want. Like,
Absolutely.
that's insane. The reason why I'm looking at The Simpsons, don't freak out.
Because you love The Simpsons. I know
love
why you
The
love
Simpsons.
The Simpsons.
Simpsons season 3 episode
And it's a non-Disney item right now.
1. I think it's No, it's not Simpsons season 3, episode 1. Regardless, there's an episode where Lisa Simpson wins a like an essay contest, and
Lisa does.
Yes,
Okay.
Lisa does. And basically, how it happens is Homer starts reading Reader's Digest. And then Mr. Burns sees him reading, and he's like, Smithers, who is that man? And then Smithers is like, that's Homer Simpson, sir. And he's like, that's strange. It says on his application that he's illiterate. And then he's holding like the book upside down. Anyway, so
Where is this going?
so anyway, Lisa wins this contest, and she goes to Washington D.C. with her family to read a contest about like the base roots of what America is and like why America is great.
Like the Declaration of Independence?
Essentially. And so like she goes and she talks to one of the main congressmen in the episode, and he's like, we have a lot of women senators. And then she's like, you have 2, I checked. and then he's like, smart girl. And then he takes a picture with her, and then she leaves, and then she
Wait, that sounds like the mayor of Springfield, that guy.
No, not the.
That's the voice of the mayor of Springfield.
The mayor of Springfield sounds like JFK.
Yeah.
Where he's like, Springfield,
Yeah.
we will rebuild.
What was the point of this again?
The point of this is that there are so many more opportunities now than even there was in the early 90s, 1991.
Right, with this.
Right? Like women had the opportunity to serve in political office
Well,
then. Now look at where we're at with that. Women, you have the opportunity to go out and do whatever you want. Don't be as sad as Lisa Simpson.
But here's the thing that I look at this and I say, there's no party affiliation to these things. However, you look at the representation of what this looks like, and it looks a lot like the Dem Girl Squad.
ACO,
Right,
and all them.
AOC, Ilhan Omar,
ACO is something else.
yeah, all that. I'm feeling like this is a little bit partisan.
Right.
Hey, you know what? Here's an idea. If we're gonna do political themed Barbies, let's make them all libertarians.
Hey, how about put them in the middle? Let's
Yeah,
not go
let's
far
make
from
them-
one side or the other.
Let's make
Put them
them
in the middle.
Make them Green Party.
Make them
Yeah.
Martians.
No.
Right? Yeah, Martians.
No. We need more libertarian respect. Talk about people that don't work in the government. There are more women's than libertarians.
I'm surprised they haven't come out with the first man Ken doll yet.
The first man
man?
can. Oh, wait.
Because one of these days, if they're not going to get an actual woman in the White House, they're going to have a Barbie woman in the White House. You know what I'm saying? Then they're going to have first mate Ken.
First mate, Ken.
First
Yeah,
mate
first
Ken.
mate Ken.
So I have sad news.
What's that?
We're at the end of the show, but we have a lot more stories.
Are you?
What? It can't be.
I'm telling you. Look at
No.
this right here.
This
Look,
Barbie story is the only one I had.
The Barbies of all the ones we've gone through.
Yes.
Well, look at this. We've got. Okay, we're gonna rapid fire through the rest of the stories. Are you guys ready?
We don't
Rapid
have
fire.
time to rapid through the rest of the stories. We
Okay.
should do the change.
Okay, let's do the change story.
This
So
is
have
the
you
one
guys
I
heard?
read.
Have you guys heard that there is a change? Like there is a coin scarcity,
Shortage.
There's a coin
Yeah.
shortage, right?
Why again? I can't remember.
Well, so that's
of COVID.
That's a good question. It's because of COVID, and there's a fact check. USA Today fact check. Yes, there's a national coin shortage, and here's why. So there is a coin shortage. Jake, you did some reading on this guy that actually came in. So here's why is the U.S. facing a coin shortage? As the spread of coronavirus and resulting business closures crippled economic activity in the United States, the circulation of coins dropped off significantly. The U.S. Mint, which manufactures the nation's coin supply, also decreased staffing in response to the pandemic. So it's economically, because people aren't spending coins, therefore it's not in the system and it's not coming back. But there are people that are doing things to try and help this. There are people that are trying to say, you know what? I'm going to help the coin shortage. And there's a man who had...
By the name of Jim Holden.
Jim Holden had $5,000 in change.
Yeah.
And went to and turned them in.
Not just $5,000. $5,366.05.
Wow.
That is a butt ton of change.
Is a butt ton of change.
Holy cow.
You have the pictures of the 3 buckets, right?
Yeah.
Or was that on the last
Look
one?
at right here. So they're pushing it.
Yeah, okay. So the 3 buckets, right?
Yeah.
That he has isn't even the beginning. He had started basically when he had like his first daughter.
Yeah.
He decided that they were going to start saving all this money or it just changed, getting a coffee or getting lunch or
put it
whatever.
in the bucket.
Put it in a bucket, right? Well, he just basically had this idea that it was like the movie Up. It was like the movie Up. Carl was going to take Ellie on like a crazy trip
Right.
to the mountains somewhere, right? So he started just filling up all these random containers. Scroll down, look at this picture. on the. It's up right there.
Right here?
Those are just random containers
That are just full of coins.
Full of coins. And the dude's a Jameson drinker. He's my buddy there, so a little fist bump to
You
him.
got Jameson.
Treasure chests.
Wait, that looks like a ice cream, like
Yep.
a 3-gallon ice cream
Yep,
thing.
and the thing with the blue lid is probably one of those animal cracker.
Look at that.
Things.
He's just like, hey, I got coins. I got to put them in a thing. Give me a thing.
right.
I got to put them in a thing.
Give me a thing. Opens
I'm gonna
up
put it in a
Jameson.
thing.
Fills up thing.
On it.
But
So
this guy is my hero.
$5,000 worth of coins.
$5,000.
Well, if there's a shortage, he held it till next month. It'd probably be worth more.
Yeah,
I mean, he
well,
could have
yeah.
held
Sell your
out.
coins at a premium.
He could have done that, and he could have made money. But here's the thing: he's like, I just thought when the kids graduated, we could do something fun, like go to Europe or something else that we never dreamed of. Holden said, I thought it would maybe be $1,000 or $1,500 tops.
Oh, he didn't even know that it was
Right.
that much.
Nope. Holton kept the change in his basement and had not intended on touching it for a few more years. His youngest child, Holly, is currently 15 years old. Yet when he learned he learned about the national coin shortage, he felt compelled to help. He called North Shore Bank in Wauwatosa to see if they could exchange the coins last week and by Friday he has lugged 3 5-gallon buckets and other containers to the bank.
Wow.
Felt like it weighed 300 pounds.
Look at 300. I was sweating while I pushed the dolly. Yeah, I bet, buddy.
Well,
so
that's
he got rid of the coins because he couldn't go to Europe anyways, so why
Right.
keep them?
yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, but if he
COVID
was
killed the
planning,
dreams.
if he was planning on going to Europe for $1,500,
You can do
he's
that
very
now.
well. Hey, he's been saving change long enough to get $5,000. The dude's
True.
pretty thrifty.
He's
Like I
thrifty.
would not be surprised if he could find
he's
a
flying
$1,500
Spirit
trip.
Airlines.
Hey, right now you could probably find it.
Yeah, he probably from pretty good airfare. But
He's like, let's go to Chernobyl.
So, and Nona brings up something that I'm actually going to be talking about here in a second. And Mike says, yes, it's a good time to invest in silver because you got to mine silver to make the coins. So who's going to go buy silver? Buy
That's
silver
true,
today?
but is Nona right?
So here's the deal. I have a story about it. So
Okay.
Chick-fil-A
Thanks
will
for the
give
transition, Nona.
give a food voucher if you give them coins. Now here's the thing. So here's the story. Here's the story right here. Chick-fil-A offer free food for coins amid national coin shortage. Now, hold on a second. Isn't that paying for food?
That's paying for food.
That's paying for food. That's like you're giving them coins and they're giving you food. That's money for food.
Let's just-
That's
Are
like
they giving you more food than the value of the coins?
I mean, maybe.
But some of the grocery stores around here are not even giving coins back. They're
Yeah.
putting it on your value card and let you spend it later.
yeah. So here's
Just put mine towards the bags you're charging for again.
Yep.
Good point.
So here,
Good point. Give him a clap and a bell.
And-
Good point, Chris.
But it's not the store's faults, really. It's the
no.
state.
I don't blame the Stater
The
brothers.
state
or the
wasn't
Bonds
getting
or-
the income
Stop.
tax stuff anymore because no one's working.
We
So they're
wouldn't
like,
have
need
to
get
pay
paid somehow.
We wouldn't have to pay the 10 cents for a bag if they just used the regular plastic that they used to use.
Yeah, instead of the beefed up
super
plastic.
thick plastic.
Hey, these bags are pretty great.
They're great,
But-
they never die.
Now,
They're
now
super
I will say,
reusable for things except for picking up your dog litter because they're just so thick and crinkly. It's hard to really.
Dog
and they're so
litter?
big.
Well, not litter, but I'm trying to be like a little more.
We talked about
the dog
poop.
crap.
We
okay?
talked about poop during hibernating bear season at the
We
beginning of
talked
this
about
show.
taking the
I
boy
kind
out
of
of
felt
the
like I
bag.
got two strikes against me for the poop stuff, so I figured I'd try to be a little bit more discreet.
You know what?
Guys.
I
You should have
appreciate that,
just
Chris.
Chris, this is your third strike. And the reason why is you didn't come out with the poop comment confidently. You need to be confident in your
right.
poops. Think about those little doggy litters that you're talking about, which litter is just
Think about the
horrible
confidence.
word.
Think about the confidence that Jake's going to have when the show's over because he's all got stuff that's been working up in his belly.
That's
I'm going
right.
to walk out that door, make a left, and I'm just going to sit in there and I'm going to go, and you're all going to know what's going on.
So
That's right.
okay, so back to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
I revoke that third strike. You're good.
Yes,
No, thank
Chris,
you.
you're good. I'm gonna. There's no strike against you. So, 2 Chick-fil-A locations have offered free food in return for $10 in change to combat coin shortage. The special offer requires bringing $10 in any combination of rolled coins for $10 in bills and a card for free food, including a sandwich.
Wow. Okay,
so
so
you
they
get-
give the
So
money back.
they're giving you the money for the money, and then they're giving you a voucher for a free food.
But are we going to then have a paper shortage?
No, they can print paper all they want, because that's what they're doing right now.
But
They can print it.
Well,
why are the? But you just
because people are afraid from the COVID, because people aren't out spending money, because businesses aren't open, people aren't in there to make the coins.
But you
for
have
a
the
while-
people there to make the bills, but they can't make the coins.
The bills are made by machines run by Martians.
It's funny that we're
So,
talking about this
That's why it's
because in
green.
that
That's why they're going.
That's why it's green.
it's
That's
funny
why
that we're
it's
talking
green.
about this because in that same Simpsons episode, they go to the mint where they make all the money,
Yeah.
and the guy's like, "We print 118 million bills a day, and no, before any of you asked, there will be no free samples." And then Homer Simpson's like, "Dang lousy government."
Homer, you get a bell for that. Because I think that's still accurate.
Or selfish government. Or something. It's
Yeah.
funny.
So Chick-fil-A, there are 2 Chick-fil-A locations that are giving you. I mean, they're giving you money for your money, and then
That's
they're giving
cool.
you a free sandwich. Okay.
Just every other receipt, you get a free sandwich anyway.
But what are they going to do with it now? There's still a corn shortage.
That would be a nightmare. What is Jimmy gonna do? All the crack?
No, he's gonna. No, he's
If there's
gonna,
no corn,
He's gonna.
he can't offset
He's gonna
the crack.
crack peas.
Right.
I mean, it's just the next logical thing to do.
Right.
So I don't.
Crack peas.
There's a coin shortage.
Well, crack heads.
Crack.
Well, part of the problem too is they didn't want coins circulating for a while. People were scared of it for COVID. the
Yeah.
transfer. So they wanted you to do everything electronic anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there-
So
people
everybody's going
everybody's going electronic, either credit cards or
downtown
touch to pay.
Disney. There was no paper money or coin money. You had to use electronic. You had to use either a credit card or Apple
And
Pay.
people
Or
keep
something.
asking us at
Even though
Starbucks
the
all
bill-
the time, like, "Oh, do you accept money?" It's like, yes.
Even though the
So
bill
you
says
guys
for
do.
all
That's not a
debt,
problem.
public and private, it says right on the money.
Yeah. See.
See,
so
so legally they have to accept it, but they're going to make it really hard not to.
yeah, they're making it really hard for lots of different reasons. But that
One world government. I'm going to say it here first.
one currency, one. It's all coming. It's all coming. It's all part of the. It's because of Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg's antitrust testimony.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's because of
Zuckerberg.
Tom DeLong shaming the name of
It's
ufology.
the ufology that has been dragged through the mud by Tom DeLong.
I'm gonna
Well, I
type
love how
in-
we wrap things back around.
You
Yeah.
got to have the recall, because if you don't recall, then what's the point of starting the whole show?
Recall Newsom.
So there's other stories. Do we keep going? I mean, we're
We keep
pretty
going for
deep.
days.
Okay, there's one other story that is interesting that I don't know if you guys have gotten any strange packages in the mail. Have you guys got any strange packages in the mail coming specifically from
That I
China?
didn't order.
No, but there is a cool song that I've been listening to by Courtney Barnett where she says, "I spit out the seeds," and I think that's why you're headed.
Oh yes. So there have been some strange packages popping up randomly.
I read this one, too.
The states issue warning about mysterious seed shipments, possibly from China. They're seeds,
kind of
and they're big,
planting 'em.
and nobody knows what they are. They're
People
giant seeds.
People plants. No, people plants.
So here, they're people plants. I think what they are is
Odd people?
China has figured out how to put their military into these seeds, and so people are going to plant them. All of a sudden, there's going to be Chinese military that pops up, and then they're going to take over.
That sounds
Sure,
like a bad
seeds with
Popeye
new
cartoon.
viruses in it.
That could be seeds with the viruses in it. It could also be magic beans that have a beanstalk that take you up to the giants. You can steal their golden geese eggs.
Dude, I would.
Right?
Love,
That's
that'd be
totally
epic.
what it's going to be. I think that their army is going to look like this.
Put it up there.
That
They're little seed people.
the little. Oh, that's
Yeah, you
really-
can't. It's
yeah.
too. You can't see it.
Let's
It's
see
too
if
hard.
I can.
It's going to be Groot. Let's be real. It's going to be Groot.
It's not Groot.
Yeah,
it's,
if it comes out as
it's
ants,
those little Pokemons.
Those little seed Pokemons. Look
Yeah,
at that.
you see 'em?
Does that does that look like the seeds there?
It
Can
doesn't
they
look
turn
like
into
it would
that?
be
The
it looks
seeds
like the
there.
same
Can they
shape.
turn into
Come
that?
on, guys.
I mean, it looks pretty close. I think
I
you
would
might be
hate to
right.
see how
it's
they
a
fight.
little Pokemon.
So yeah, they see. So if you get a weird package that you don't know where it came from, and it doesn't say Amazon fulfillment on it, because that's where all of our packages come
Yeah,
from.
right. Of course. Yeah, don't trust that FedEx.
Well, that's funny, because when a package comes and it doesn't say Amazon on it, I'm always like, "What's this?"
What if it was actually the cure for COVID? But all of our don't do it 'cause
Our
it says
fear?
China. And they're like, no, this is the cure. This is the cure.
What if China's just laughing hysterically? They're going, ha ha ha, so funny. And then, like, because of the fact that they have given us the cure, we don't even know. We're so scared.
We don't even know. We are afraid to plant the cure.
It's funny joke.
It's a funny joke. Yeah, the seeds are. It's.
Am I the only one that's gonna do it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're the youngest in the room. You have the most room to. What, Steve?
Yeah.
But they tell you not to throw them away, not to plant them.
What are you supposed to do with them
them?
then? Like, what? You don't throw
Supposed
them
to call
away.
the government.
Supposed to call the government because they know what to
we
do
trust
with
the
it.
government.
Yeah, right. Sure.
I trust no one.
trust no one.
Trust no one.
Yes.
No, I wouldn't call the government because I feel like they're too involved.
They're
too
very involved.
They're too involved in everything. They don't need
They're
to be
more
involved in my
involved.
seeds.
When did that happen? When was this shift? Like what? Like
I think it's like boiling a frog.
The government. When technically it's supposed to be us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I think it's just
self-governing.
slowly like ramped up. And then now it's like there's seeds that the government.
speaking-
we should just send them to Portland.
But speaking of
send
the government,
seeds to Portland.
if they came from China, they had to go through customs. Why weren't they stopped then?
Oh, the customs agents are in on it.
It's a
They're like,
government.
here, go
The
the
government
Hey,
in on it.
They're Russian operatives. They send the
That's
seeds
his
to the
tag.
people.
So
Oh,
wait
to ya.
a minute.
Secret seeds is the
Jake's all right.
tag for.
Let's talk about this for a second.
Okay, let's go.
You can do a Russian accent,
Yes, because they are in the government systems.
but I can't do an Asian one.
I didn't say you couldn't. I didn't stop you
Hashtag-
from doing it. I just wasn't gonna do one.
Hashtag
I
putting
feel
it to
much.
you.
I feel. But hashtag putting it to you, Chris. I like that one.
You're so funny.
So yeah,
I meet you in
don't
parking
mess
lot
with
after
Russia.
episode.
So
We have
Jessica just
winters
sent
that will
us.
stop
Jessica
you
just.
dead, you.
Hey, Jessica just sent us a link,
Okay,
and
Jessica.
this is what the seeds turn into. Look at this right here. Whoa! Oh, that's it. It's
Were those magic mushrooms?
no,
That was Audrey.
It's,
That was Audrey.
too.
It's a Little Shop of Horse. Look at that.
Oh,
See, it's
Totally
eating. It's
different.
eating the human.
yeah. No.
That's the army.
I totally remember that movie now, but that is not. I saw that.
You saw this little picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I open it up initially, it just looks like this.
Could
And
you
Jake's like,
imagine,
"What
though?
is that?"
Could
And
you
then you
imagine
zoom
though,
in.
if they tried?
Da, da,
Could you imagine
da.
if China was just trying to like drug all of America?
They already.
do
Wait,
that
that's
already.
Mexico.
That's
That's Mexico.
That's
Right.
Mexico.
That's
Wait,
the
wait.
wrong country.
Wait, illegal drugs or legal drugs?
this.
Oh, yes. You know what? Good point.
This episode is getting us canceled.
You know what? We are so going to get canceled after
Wait,
this.
by who?
We're gonna get censored.
We're going to get by the antitrust people. They're
there
going to
you
be
go.
they're going to
'cause
be
we're
like,
white.
you know what? This TSTO show, they're too dangerous.
You think we're ever gonna see it on Facebook again?
I don't know. Whenever
Maybe,
I don't know.
Maybe Zuck.
We'll have
Hey,
to
Zuck.
see.
Hey Zuck.
What do you want? You have to say something to say, Zuck? Mr. Berg?
Love your hair. Love what you're doing. New styles are always great. Might want to change it up a little bit. Plastic surgery, you can afford it. Your
But he's a robot.
face is weird. It's just weird.
He's a robot. He's deep fake.
impression of Mark Zuckerberg. Here's me. I created Facebook. I actually, when I created Facebook, I said you'd be an idiot to get on Facebook.
Have you seen The Social Network?
We're gonna smoke some
Yeah,
meats.
that's pretty good.
smoke some meats.
Have you seen that?
the meats.
Oh no. Okay, I think I'm gonna find this and this. We should go out.
We should go out with this.
Yeah.
We're going to go out
okay.
with the ending of the meats. Daniel says that the jewelry, it's coded as jewelry. So the tag on it says coded as jewelry, and it's not. It's seeds that have this dangerous plant in it. Look at.
Maybe it's jewelry because they grow diamonds.
Maybe it is. Maybe they're blood diamonds from China that they put in seeds and they're going to grow. Somebody's going to plant them.
Diamond
Somebody's
warriors.
going to plant them somewhere.
Somebody
That's
already
a good
has. They
I say
showed
if we get
people
some,
have.
we'd plant them somewhere.
So where would we plant them, Chris? Where
In a
like,
pot.
but where? Like where would we put them so that we're at a safe distance? Because we don't want to be next to the seeds when they come up if we don't
Build
know
a
what they
little
are.
cage. Build. You know how they have those little like chain link fence cages that enclose like water, like a water filtration thing or like a water pump or something.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
We could plant them and then send them to the governor and just see what happens.
Send them
Here's
to
a
Mars.
gift for you.
Check out these neat little Venus flytraps I bought at the exit of Walmart.
We are live from my backyard.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hold on. I've got two things going on here. What's going on here?
And some
Let's
ribs.
smoke.
I am-
Oh, Zuckerberg's talking a lot. He's talking a lot. Okay, here we go. So now we're gonna take you out with a little bit of a message
Take you
from
out, go back to the
Mark
horror shows?
Zuckerberg. Yeah. So he goes back to we're back to Jason and Freddie.
Yeah. While you're thinking about those horror movies, just look at this man's dead eyes when he's talking.
So is that a Traeger behind him?
Yes. This whole video is about him smoking meat.
Okay, so
this is
here's
Zuckerberg,
Mr. Zuck, and he's got his Traeger behind him, and then this other one, what is this guy?
That's a big green egg.
That's a big green egg, right?
That's a
some
smoker.
good things. Yeah.
Yeah. So here we go. So
between two.
this is Mark
see his,
Zuckerberg telling us about his he's gonna
smoking
smoke
meats.
the meats. He's gonna smoke the meat. So here we go.
Is that all he smoked?
Hey everyone, we are live from my backyard where I am smoking a brisket and some ribs. I'm making meats now.
That was
Smoking
edited.
these meats here. Our little meat smoking. It's smoking. So I'm the meat chef. Yeah, someone
He's
asked
not
me,
a
"Do
real
I smoke
human!"
meat?" Smoking meat, smoking these meats.
What in
Smoking
the
meats
world
earlier
is
today.
this?
Smoking these meats, just set the charcoal up and you set the.
This is a
the wood
live
chips
video
up, and then
he did
smoking
on his
meats,
account,
grilling
and he
meat,
says
good
smoked
smoky
meats
flavor.
like
Smoke a brisket
100
for like 12
times.
hours. You smoke lemon chicken.
The
smoke
eyes
salmon,
are
you
the
love it.
window to the soul,
Spices,
Darren
ribs,
says.
sausage. So I'm looking forward to that.
What a weird! Oh my goodness! What a creepy weird! I gotta turn that off. I gotta turn that off. That is wow.
Okay, honestly, what this Men in Black ufology. The idea of Men in Black is essentially people that are not human beings. They're alien creatures. They're tall whites that come to be able
Martians.
to wipe your memory of the fact that we've seen aliens on the planet, right? They're known as being strictly characteristic in their face. They look slightly off, slightly abnormal, and they have a light red color on their lips. I think Mark Zuckerberg's a Men in Black.
You think he's a Men in Black
movie?
Yeah, that is a total creative spin on it. We don't have time. The music is coming in.
The music is coming in because it's time to go. Hey, you know what? I think we covered a lot of stuff because there are so many stories that are trending, and we can't stop them. Especially when Zuckerberg's in charge of what we get to see. Right? We need to bring to the people what they're not able to see because it's filtered by the man. And by the man, I mean the Googles and the Facebooks and all the things. So we're going to keep putting it out there, and that's the thing. Jake, what's happening? What's happening to you? Are you? What you're? It's like you're coming up for a breath.
Interpretive dance
I'm
of the
drowning
rise
in all the
of Jason
stories.
Voorhees.
You're drowning in the stories, and Jason Voorhees is after
Steve
you.
Steven wasn't impressed with that.
I was not. I thought you were getting ready to run.
That too, a little bit of that.
Yeah, you'll run later. So, all right, Darren, I'm sorry. You know
Was
what?
the run or the runs?
We don't want to leave you, but we have to leave you.
It's a little both.
But we'll be back next week.
Hey, Darren, we've been here for about like 20 minutes longer than normal.
We have. You know what? It's been a fun show.
Yeah.
It's been about an hour and a half.
Hopefully next time we talk about baseball not having a bunch of COVID and being shut down, because that would be a bummer. And actually reporting that football is not happening. That'd be
Let's
sad.
talk about some codes that the CIA have.
Hey,
Just hidden.
that's right.
We'll talk about that next
we
week.
pushed a story that I think is really, really fun.
It is fun. It's
and
very
Garmin
fun.
hack and their stuff. There's so many stories. We
So
can't
many.
stop them. We can't stop them. Jake's shutting his computer because there's so many stories. But you guys, I'm Todd Frazier.
I'm Jake Frazier.
We've got Chris Cody. We've got Steve Freeman, and we will see you next week on Trending Stories Taking Over. Be good, people.
I'll tell your mom.